Part 1. Do you think it's better to use a paper map or a map on your phone?
Obviously a map on your phone because there is active GPS, and if you have internet connection, you're connected to the internet and your position could be pinpointed to that specific point where you are. And wherever you go, you can take it with you. It's small, it's handy, and the direction changes as you move and as you turn around. I think that's easier, that's foolproof. Everyone can use that.
When was the last time you needed to use a map?
Every day. I use the map every day, almost every day, because I need to check the traffic in specific roads. So if there is traffic, if there is heavy traffic in some place, I try to avoid that straight, and I try to take some other roads.
If you visit a new city, do you always use a map to find your way around?
Of course, yeah. I use Google Maps because they're really popular and I can find everything I want really easily on that. I can find cafes, I can find restaurants, I can find places to have fun. I can find everything on Google Maps.
In general, do you find it easy to read maps?
Yeah, for me it's really easy. It's not difficult because I have that thing in me, and I'm really good at that. I'm really good at finding directions and reading maps. Even if I don't have a map, even if I go somewhere for the first time and I use a map, the second time I wouldn't need a map. But I know it's sometimes hard for some people, sometimes for women, to read a map.
Part 2. Describe an occasion when you had to do something in a hurry. You should say what you had to do, why you had to do this in a hurry, how well you did this, and explain how you felt about having to do this in a hurry.
Okay. All right, actually it's about recent past. It was about a week ago that I had to prepare some material for my students at a school where I work. And I am the head of IELTS in that school, and I have to prepare material for other teachers as well, for other classes as well. And it's quite a challenge. Sometimes it's very challenging because there are different groups, different classes with different profiles. One of them is really strong, one of them is less strong, and then the last one is not very strong. The students in that class are not very strong. And I have to prepare material, the kind of material that would help all of them equally. And that's sometimes really challenging for me with that mixed profile. So I had to, and recently my son was born and I'm really busy these days, and I had to prepare the material and I had to get the student's profile. I had some books, I have actually some IELTS books that I had to go through and I had to browse through. And I had to think about them and I had to talk to some of my colleagues to consult them, to ask them about their students' profile, to get a better picture of the students' level, so that what I prepared would be useful to all of them. And I had to do it in a hurry because there was no time, because we had classes maybe 1 or 2 days after that. And I did that pretty well, and I prepared everything on time, and everything was done on time, and I printed everything out and I distributed that to other teachers, and I felt really good about that.
Part 3. Do you think it's okay to arrive late when meeting a friend?
No. Better 2 hours too soon than a minute too late. This is what Shakespeare said. I think it doesn't matter when you're going to a meeting or when you're meeting friends. You have to be on time. Or it's even better to be early, in my opinion. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that wouldn't hurt, okay? In the world today, you have your smartphone, you have your laptop with you. If you're early, you can use your phone, you can use your laptop to do some of the work you have to do. I think it's best to arrive early or on time.
What should happen to people who arrive late for work?
I think they have to be warned by the manager. Different workplaces actually have different policies. If it is a repeat thing and if it is happening every day, I think they have to be talked to and they have to be told that this is not accepted. Other measures have to be taken by managers. If that is going to happen again, maybe they could fire them. I don't know.
Can you suggest how people can make sure they don't arrive late?
Yes, by the use of technology. They can use technology to help them arrive on time. For example, they can have alarms on their phones. They can use Google Maps to find the best route to work, the route with the least amount of traffic. Yeah, they can use technology, in my opinion.
Is it better to study for long periods or in shorter blocks of time?
I think it depends on the person. Some people can study for long periods of time and some people can't. I belong to the second group. I can't study for really long periods of time. I can't study, for example, for more than 1 or 2 hours. I would need a break after that for 10 or 15 minutes because I need to rest my brain and I need to take in the information that I had studied.
What are the likely effects of students not managing their study time well?
If they don't study, for instance, during the term, all those lessons would pile up by the end of the term or for the end of the term, and they have to do it at a very short period of time. Of course, if they care about the studies and if they care about their lessons and if they like to study, yeah, I think this is the responsibility of teachers and the responsibility, it's the joint responsibility of teachers and parents to monitor their progress and to monitor their studies.
How important is it for students to have enough leisure time?
That's really important, in my opinion. It's very important. I'm always telling my colleagues at the school that I would not like to give them homework over the weekend because this is the weekend. They need to have fun. They need to have, they need these 2 days to stay away from school, okay? But some of them insist on giving them lots of homework because it's 2 days and they can go home, they can study, but I don't agree with that.
Thank you.
Thank you.